Stay calm and assess the situation. It's important to keep a level head when the unexpected happens. All right, folks, the lights just went out. Don't panic, we've got this. Remember, panicking won't help. Instead, let's focus on what we can control. First things first, take a deep breath and stay calm. Reassure each other that everything will be okay. This is just a temporary situation. It's just a blackout, a temporary setback. Think of it as an opportunity to bond with your family and practice your emergency preparedness. We're going to tackle this head on. Now assess the situation. Determine if there are any immediate dangers like candles or appliances that need to be turned off. Is it just your house? Check with your neighbors. Knowing the extent of the outage can help you plan your next steps. A wider outage means help might take longer to arrive. Be prepared for a longer wait and make sure you have enough supplies. Stay put unless it's unsafe. Venturing out in the dark can be dangerous. It's best to stay where you are and wait for the power to return. Remember, we're in survival mode now. Gather your emergency supplies like flashlights, batteries, and non-perishable food. The first hour is crucial. Gather your family, make sure everyone's safe. Check on elderly family members or neighbors who might need assistance. We need a game plan. Discuss what steps you'll take if the power doesn't come back soon. Assign tasks to each family member. We'll use our resources wisely. We'll work together. We will overcome. Make sure to conserve your resources and use them only when necessary. Remember, this is a challenge, a chance to test our mettle. It's an opportunity to show how resilient and resourceful we can be. We're going to learn valuable skills. This experience will teach us how to handle emergencies better in the future. We'll come out of this stronger and more resilient. Every challenge we face makes us better prepared for the next one. Together we can handle anything. Darkness brings its own dangers. Be aware of potential hazards lurking in your home. Start by unplugging electrical appliances. This prevents surges when the power returns. Trust me, fried electronics are the last thing you need right now. Next, check for gas leaks. That's a silent, invisible threat. If you smell gas, don't mess around. Open windows immediately and get everyone out. Contact the gas company from a safe distance. Fire is another major concern. Candles might seem romantic, but they're a fire hazard. Opt for safer alternatives like battery-powered lanterns. Remember, safety first, always. Having a fire extinguisher handy is a must, blackout or not. Know how to use it. In the dark, every second counts. Stay vigilant, stay safe. Darkness can be disorienting, even a bit scary, but we're not going to let it defeat us. We're going to find ways to light up our surroundings. First, gather all your flashlights and lanterns. Make sure they're working. Fresh batteries are your best friend in a blackout. Don't have enough flashlights? Get creative. Candles are a last resort, but use them cautiously. Place them in stable holders, away from flammable materials. Never leave them unattended. Another tip, create a central light source. This becomes a gathering point for the family. It provides a sense of security and comfort. Remember, even in darkness, we can create our own light. In a blackout, your fridge and freezer are racing against time. The clock starts ticking the moment the power goes out, and every second counts. The cold air inside is your best friend, keeping your food safe for as long as possible. Our goal, keep them closed as much as possible. Each time you open that door, you let out the precious cold air that's preserving your food. Think of it as a vault of freshness that you need to protect. Every time they open, precious cold air escapes. It's like letting the genie out of the bottle, and once it's out, it's hard to get it back in. So, plan your fridge visits carefully. Make a mental inventory of what you have. Knowing what's inside without having to open the door repeatedly can save you a lot of cold air. Write it down if you need to, and plan your meals accordingly. Prioritize cooking perishable items first. These are the foods that will spoil the fastest, so use them up while they're still good. Think of it as a race against time where every meal counts. Think of it as a campfire cookout, but indoors. It's a chance to get creative with your cooking and make the most of what you have. Turn it into a fun family activity. A camping stove or a barbecue grill outdoors can be your new kitchen. These tools are invaluable during a blackout, giving you the ability to cook without electricity. Remember to never use these indoors due to the risk of carbon monoxide poisoning. Safety first, always. It's crucial to follow the instructions and use these devices in well-ventilated areas. Water is even more crucial than food. In a blackout, staying hydrated is essential. Your body can go longer without food than it can without water. Hopefully, you've got some stored. Having a supply of clean water can make all the difference. It's one of the most important preparations you can make. A good rule of thumb is 1 gallon per person per day. This ensures you have enough for drinking, cooking, and basic hygiene. Plan ahead and store enough for everyone in your household. If the water supply is affected, you'll need to purify any water you find. Boiling is the most reliable method, but portable filters can also be very effective. Boiling is the most reliable method. Remember, folks, we're self-sufficient. We adapt and overcome. In times of crisis, our resilience and resourcefulness shine through. Let's keep our strength up. By staying prepared and working together, we can get through any blackout. Keep your spirits high and your family close. Together we can weather any storm. Beating the heat and cold temperature control. In this section, we'll explore how to manage temperature extremes during a blackout, ensuring you and your loved ones stay safe and comfortable. Depending on the season, temperature can become a real concern during a blackout. Whether it's the sweltering heat of summer or the biting cold of winter, being prepared is key. In summer, the heat can be oppressive without fans or air conditioning. Stay hydrated, drink plenty of water. It's essential to keep your body cool and prevent heat-related illnesses. Find the coolest spots in your house. These are usually areas that are shaded and away from direct sunlight. Basements are usually a safe bet. Wear light clothing to help your body stay cool. Loose, breathable fabrics are best. And remember, if you're feeling overwhelmed by the heat, seek out cooling centers set up by local authorities. These centers are designed to provide relief during extreme heat waves. Winter blackouts bring the threat of cold. The lack of heating can make your home feel like an icebox. Layer up in warm clothing. Multiple layers trap heat more effectively than a single thick layer. Blankets, sleeping bags, and even newspapers can provide extra insulation. Create a cozy nest to conserve body heat. If you have a fireplace, use it safely and sparingly. Ensure proper ventilation to avoid carbon monoxide buildup. We're tougher than we think. Facing these challenges head-on can bring out our resilience and resourcefulness. We can handle a little discomfort. It's a temporary situation, and with the right mindset, we can get through it. Stay strong, stay warm or cool, and we'll get through this together. Supporting each other and staying positive can make a big difference during these tough times. Stay connected. Communication is key. In a blackout, information is power. Your phone is your lifeline, but its battery won't last forever. Use it wisely. Conserve battery by limiting use. Text instead of calling when possible. Disable power-hungry apps. Consider investing in a hand-crank weather radio. This gives you access to emergency broadcasts and weather updates. Knowledge is power, especially in a crisis. If you have a car, use it sparingly, but it can also be a source of power for charging devices. Just be mindful of carbon monoxide buildup. Stay informed, stay connected. Help will arrive and we need to be ready. Strength in numbers community support. A blackout can be isolating, but it doesn't have to be. Remember, your neighbors are likely going through the same thing. Check on them, especially the elderly or those with special needs. Share resources if you can. A little generosity goes a long way in times of need. Plus, working together fosters a sense of community spirit. We're all in this together. Local community centers or churches often become points of gathering during blackouts. They might offer charging stations, food, or just a place to connect with others. Don't underestimate the power of human connection. We're stronger together. Keeping spirits high, morale, and entertainment. Let's face it, blackouts can be boring, but we're not going to let boredom get the better of us. It's time to get creative and keep our spirits high, especially if you have kids. Break out the board games, card games, or tell stories. A little laughter goes a long way in easing tension. Those books you've been meaning to read, now's the perfect time. This is also a chance to unplug from technology and reconnect with each other. Have those conversations you've been putting off. Share memories, tell jokes, sing songs. Embrace the simplicity. Sometimes darkness brings us closer. Beyond the first 24 hours, long-term preparedness. If the lights are still out after 24 hours, it's time to reassess and prepare for the long haul. Ration your supplies, make them last, conserve water, every drop counts. This experience has been a wake-up call. We need to be better prepared. Start building an emergency kit. Food, water, first aid, tools, the works. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Learn basic survival skills. You never know when you might need them. This blackout? Consider it a training exercise. We've learned from it. We're tougher now. We're ready for anything. Remember, folks, we are survivors.